What's up, guys? Winner Kills here. Welcome back to another post-commentary duel video. We are back at it again. Here we have Invoked Blue Eyes versus DDD. I've been playing DDD less and less just because I've been trying to really focus on Infernoid Zodiac and just try to get better at that deck. Although I still do have DDD, and I'm waiting on Full Force Viruses to come in the mail because I really want to play that card in the deck, and I think it's going to make the deck much more potent to have Full Force Virus in there. It's such a good card against so many other decks, and I cannot wait to play it. As you see, I opened up not too well. The reason you see that Metaphys Horus come in there at the beginning, my brother had a copy in his binder. I wanted to borrow it for the video, so he let me borrow it because I figured it'd be a decent card. And I realized with my opening hand that I was going to be able to go into this play, but unfortunately, he had Maxi, and during his turn, I could have chained, and actually used Formula Synchron's effect to go into it, and then use its Pendulum effect to steal one of his monsters, at least have him choose one monster to give to me. But didn't have enough time because obviously Slumber came down and couldn't chain to that, because even the monster that I did summon, it would get destroyed by Slumber, I'm pretty sure. And so he goes into his Kaiju play, gives me the Gamma Seal, he takes the Dogaron, the Mad Flame Kaiju. Alistair comes down with a Magical Meltdown. I'm pretty sure he searched Invocation already. He has a lot of options as far as, summoning goes, but he's going to banish the Light out of my graveyard and use Alistair to go for the Mechaba, which basically it's a walking Ultimate Providence, which basically you discard a card. Anytime your opponent activates a monster, spell, or trap, you discard the respective type of card to negate it. So if I activate a spell, he discards a spell to negate, so on and so forth. I Pendulum Summon out at the start of the turn the Copernicus back in my extra deck, sending Swirl Slime. Normal summoning Kepler. I'm really at this point trying to bait out the negation, because I feel as though once I can get the negation cleared, it's not going to be too hard to play through. On top of a mediocre opening, it's kind of hard to play back from this point. He does end up negating and banishing the contract with the gate, but I'm free to go into the synchro play here with the Lamia, being able to summon that with Swirl Slime, going into Metaphys Horus, this time being able to use his effect. Because I did use the non-tuner monsters that were used were an effect monster and a pendulum monster. But he does Valor it, so it doesn't matter. I won't be able to let him choose one monster to give to me. And I go into Flame King Genghis, and then I use Ragnarok's effect. I'm going to synchro up and do a level 7. And go into another monster here, and I think I actually I for a second I thought I screwed up the play, but you can use Metaphys Horus and DD Lamia to go into Gust King. For a second I thought you needed a DD tuner, or a DD non-tuner, but you only need a DD tuner. I'm able to go into Crystal Wing with the Genghis, but of course he's got the Thunder King Kaiju, and he does have another copy of Magical Meltdown. He added proxies at this point. He does have all the copies he needs. He's playing 3. So he'll play one over top to get another search. Banish Crystal Wing from the grave. That card won't be seeing a return for Ragin, which basically is a walking Book of Moon. I still have a full Pendulum Scale. And he opts to banish Gust King instead, which is a smart choice because Crystal Wing isn't revivable and Gust King is, so he opts to make a better play. And I go to Pendulum Summon again. The effect, I think, does end up going through. If he does Book of Moon, it doesn't matter because it will still resolve. Does not need to be face up to resolve Copernicus. But right now, I really need to try and bait one of these two effects here. So I go into Beowulf, and then on summon, I'm pretty sure he goes for the Book of Moon. Flips that face down, I'm forced to pass. I can't use, Ragnarok. I mean, I could, but I don't want to lose my Pendulum Scale because I'm sure he would just negate the Pendulum effect. And yeah, that's going to be it for game 1. I did have a set Solemn Strike, but not enough life points to use it. And not really anything to use it on, so I kind of saw it at a bad time. Here we are in game 2, where I will opt to go first, as you would expect. Opening up Contract with the Gate. Lucky didn't see any Ghost Ogres. Yeah, big issues DDD has playing against a lot of decks is just hand traps. You do have the option to set up, you know, good first turn boards, but if they're met with hand traps, you're gonna have obviously a very, very tough time being able to play, because a lot of times you're forced to just have to stop your whole turn, because you don't want to give them so many cards off Maxi, or one of your pivotal cards like a Genghis gets Ghost Ogre. Your whole play kind of starts to fall apart unless you have like a Soul Charge or something. There's really no way to come back from that efficiently. In here I just didn't open up well. I have, I think, a Swamp King in hand, and I'm kind of debating to myself, like, how can I get at least something going here? So I use Swamp King to get rid of Kepler. I'm thinking I want to get rid of Diark, but I don't. I just want to get rid of those two, and I go for Genghis. And it has to make a weird play here. I have to make a bit of a weird play. Go into Gust King, and then go into that. So basically what you saw there is I wanted to reverse my play. Instead of using Swamp King to go into Genghis, I wanted to start my turn off with Genghis, so I would have just made Genghis with Swirl Slime and Lamia, and then used Swamp King to go into Diark to be able to trigger Genghis to get Lamia on board without using its effect, so I could go into Crystal Wing at least, but it's met with a Kaiju, so it's not going to matter. Solemn Strike coming down on the Alistair, no search for him. He'll have to pass. I'm getting a little bit of a momentum going here, trying to get some plays going. I've got to capitalize. He doesn't have any other plays available, and he does end up scooping there. So I do end up taking game 2 pretty easily, and we're going to go into game 3 here. Shuffle things up. Not going to side deck. Just testing unsided builds at this point. Been doing a lot of testing lately. More so with Inferno Knight Zodiac. I'm not quitting DDD. I don't know why people think that. I've never actually said that. People like to put words in my mouth. But I'm just kind of putting DDD to the side like I did Mermail. You know, don't get me wrong, DDD, I love DDD. I just don't think it's a good time for me to play competitively right now when I have Inferno Knight Zodiac to play in place, because let's be honest, Konami really did fucking do DDD players dirty with this whole delay of the structure deck. Honestly, one of the most horrible things ever. Think Seeking Kaiju there, but no way. Get that shit out of here. Vanity's Emptiness is up. And like I said, you know, earlier I was talking about hand traps. He meets with the Maxi. Of course, I could have comboed off a little bit more. But it does not matter, because I need to stop. I need to stop the turn. I need to give him as less draws as he you know, as little draws as I can to stunt his play. But it's not going to matter a whole lot. He does, I think he opened up pretty well here. He opened up a lot of Blue Eyes stuff, so I've got to take advantage of my Vanity's Emptiness as I can. Maybe not, you know, have the best plays to work with at the moment. The Vanities was able to stunt him a little bit, but I've got to take advantage of it now. Hopefully he doesn't have any hand traps in his hand at the moment. I use Copernicus to turn off Emptiness. A great way to turn off Emptiness. Here I make a bit of a mistake. I use Necro and Orthos to make Beowulf, which I could not do. Which is entirely my fault, so that should not be on the field. That should be a Genghis technically. End phase, I do end up striking his stone. So I just do want to point that out. It was heat of the moment. Forgot that you needed a DD and a DDD to be able to make Beowulf. Completely my bad. I'm not sure exactly what my graveyard was at the time I made that. I don't know if I had a Diark engraved to that I could have used to make the play actually happen, and I just forgot it was in there, and I just banished the wrong thing, although I don't think I did. I just want to go ahead and point this out. Like, I'm fully aware that I made a card that I couldn't have made. It's fine. it's fine. Just relax. I'm aware. I made a bit of a fuck up. At this point, it had been a little while since I've played D2D, so I forgot that little clause. Although I do have the Max C here. I do have the Max C, which is going to help out a whole lot to hopefully slow down his play. And I guess it's better that I did make Beowulf, because Beowulf, unlike, I mean, Genghis is the same way too, but Beowulf really can't do anything to affect him during my turn, or during his turn. It's just a 3,000 token at this point. You know, it does have the heavy storm effect, but, I mean, there's not really much back row to hit at the moment, as you can see. I think he ends up going into Mechaba here. Banishes a Blue Eyes from grave, and then uses Invocation to recycle. Invocation, very, very good card. Self-recycling engine. That's why you only need to play 2 Invocation. And I do get the draw off the Mechaba there. 1 card in hand to, I think, his, like, 5 or 4. And he does have a way to, yes, he does. He has the Kaiju for it. So that's able to get out of there. They get a free draw off the Gamma Seal, and he does end up, I think, popping the Copernicus. Next turn, I draw, I think, Contract. Play that as fast as I can. It does not get negated. Doesn't look like he has any spells in hand. I'm pretty sure they're all just monsters. And there is Swirl Slime attempt to activate, and it'll get banished by Mechaba's effect, discarding Blue Eyes. So the negation is gone, but now I have to capitalize here. Summon Lamia and tribute away the 2 monsters, but it's met with Effect Veiler. And he just comes down with another alternative and an Alistair effect. It's just, like, I could have Solemn Striked it, but at that point he just OTKs through damage. Like, I inflict 1,500 to myself, and then he swings in with a lot of damage for game. So yeah, it was actually a pretty decent game besides my fuck up, which again I apologize for. And yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video here today. If you did, be sure to leave a like and leave your comments down in the comment section with those. And always, guys, thank you so much for your support. We just broke 4,100 subscribers recently. It does mean a lot. You guys are absolutely insane with your support, and it's absolutely amazing. 4,000 subscriber live stream happening March 11th at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Don't miss it. If you want more details, click the annotated video here, and it'll take you to the 4,000 subscriber video. You can check that out. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a like you did, and as always, Winter Kill signing out. We'll see ya in the next one.